5 signs you're not in the wrong career with nursing. You might just be in the wrong unit, specialty, or hospital. Hey y'all, I'm Dr. Day, and I help nurses who are seeking clarity and confidence in their nursing career journey. And this is what I call 5 in 5. 5 in 5. That's 5 tips, recommendations, suggestions, whatever it is, in 5 minutes. And I did this intentionally for myself because I'm a talker. I could talk. I got lots of words. And so the 5 minute time limit is to keep me honest. I haven't started, y'all see this back here, right here. It's my timer. Yes, it's gonna keep me honest. And so that y'all can get what you came here to look for. You don't have to sit through one long video trying to get at it. What's the 5 things? Okay, I'm getting there. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Why in the world would you even invest 5 minutes to sit here and listen to me? I hope I can try to be a little entertaining, but I mostly want to give you valuable information that's going to help you in your nursing career journey. All right. So, I started off in business administration. I was in marketing and advertising, working in corporate America, and then I got bit by the bug that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something more impactful where I went home every day and felt like I was making a difference. I had a blast now, y'all. I'm not going to lie. This was during the time of um, Outcast and As Yet, and Atlanta was blowing up. So Def was doing all sorts of wonderful things in the city of Atlanta, and the music industry was really popping off in Atlanta. That's where I'm born and raised, is from Atlanta. I grew up in the inner city, inside of the city of Atlanta, like right in it, y'all, Southeast Atlanta. And I grew up wanting to do something more impactful. And so I chose nursing. I will share that longer story. If you want to see the longer story how I got into nursing in the first place, please check out my why video that should be posted on here as well. So anyway, I got into nursing because I wanted to make a difference. My marketing and advertising background has definitely contributed to what I bring to the table as far as nursing is concerned, and with this new venture that I'm on right now as well. I'm kind of pulling in all the life experiences, which is really how it should be, right? That's how it should be. Every minute that we've spent on this planet has been to some greater purpose. Finding what that is the key. Figuring out how to bring in all those skills and talents and experiences that we've each uniquely had to make our lives as impactful, passion filled, and fulfilling as it possibly can be. That's what we should be striving for. So, anyway, I think that's enough about myself. As it relates to finding the right unit, my background, I started off, I got a scholarship while I was at nursing school. And this hospital offered me, in addition to the scholarship, since I won the scholarship, they also were like, hey, would you like to work here? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm still a nursing student. I don't know much. I ain't got a license. And y'all want to pay me to come show up after y'all already gave me the scholarship? I'm there. Thank you. I know nothing. Y'all know that, right? I don't have a license. Okay, we're good. We're on the same page. So I accepted that job. And without any thought, it was about convenience. It was also about, I felt a little bit obligated because they had given me the scholarship. And so I didn't give it much thought. It was in the ICU, which is basically where I felt like I wanted to be. And that's all that I thought mattered. But showing up to that job every day was painful. I cannot sugarcoat it. It was more about the culture and the atmosphere. I was not in the right place. Thankfully, a couple of months later, a whole other hospital offered me a different internship experience at a completely different hospital, very different hospital. And I ended up on the burn ICU, not by choice, but again, it was the ICU. And I was interested in working at this hospital for a number of reasons. We'll talk about that later. Um, but anyway, so once I started the other nurse externship, it was a wrap for the other hospital. I'd never wanted to go there anymore. It was like I was dragging in. They were calling me, hey, this is a PRN position, but we need you to fulfill at least a minimal obligation. I was just like, but I went. And then eventually it just was the torture of being away from the hospital where I wanted to work. coupled with the pain of going to that other hospital because it just wasn't the right fit, it became too much. And I felt like at first, when I was in that position before I got the second internship, I was thinking about quitting nursing. I was thinking I had made a mistake because at the first job, I kept thinking, if this is an inkling what it's going to be like, and I have to be in this building for 12 hours at a time. Now, y'all, I'm still a student. I hadn't even been there. I think I was getting that feeling the third or fourth shift. That's not okay. And so I knew then that this mattered. It mattered. The whole culture of the place mattered, not just, oh, I want to work in ICU, so therefore I was in ICU, which is a part of it, but it wasn't the full picture. So anyway, it just made me think that I wanted to share this information with y'all in my first 5 and 5, which again is 5 warning signs that it may not be the profession as a whole, but the unit that you're working on that is not a good fit. Let's dig in. All right, keeping myself honest, let's go ahead and get the timer started. Bam. All right, we're rolling. Okay, number 1, you're constantly anxious. And I mean anxious to a point that it's having a physical effect on your body, right? Not just a little nervous, but dreading going to work every day. That is a warning sign. That is your spirit of discernment, your intuition, your gut, whatever you want to call it, the good Lord above, sending you messages saying, this ain't it. This ain't it. We need to think about doing something different. You may love the patients, but maybe you don't love the work that you're doing. So when I first got into nursing school, I remember being on a medical surgical unit during school. And I knew right then, this is not the place for me. There was way too many medications. My time management was not where it needed to be. And you have got to have some fantastic time management skills, no matter where in nursing, but particularly in a medical surgical unit because of the number of medications. You've got patients involved. You've got to do education on these patients and their families. Patients who are also fully aware and involved in their treatment plan can add an extra layer of something that you have to deal with as a nurse. And so that's just another example of sometimes why that misalignment happens. And it's not nursing as a whole, but you may not be in the right space. Next, number 3, you feel like you're growing professionally, your skills are getting stronger, you feel like you are making progress in that way, but emotionally, there's a disconnect. You may be feeling numb or detached. I had the opportunity to work with a nurse extern before she became a nurse. And she was so excited about going to work in the ED. And 6 months after she started, she was great. Y'all listen to me, a fantastic nursing student. And I just knew she was going to be a spectacular nurse. I see her about 6 months later. She had gotten her license. She had graduated from school. She got the license. She got the job in the ED. It was her dream job. When I saw her, y'all, she had lost like 30 pounds quickly. And she was not like me. I could probably stand to lose 30 pounds or so, but she did not need to lose 30 pounds. This was not an intentional thing. She was so stressed and burnt out. And I saw her and I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? How are you doing? And she just burst out crying. She said she's thinking about leaving nursing. But after a lot of conversation, we talked about it, worked for her to get out of the ED and get into another space. And she was thriving. A lot of it had to do with her vision of helping people, can sometimes be a challenge in the ED. But that's what she got into it for. She wanted to be that nurse at the bedside talking, holding hands. And the ED is just not necessarily set up for you to always be able to do that. And so she was going home feeling unfulfilled and thinking this is what nursing is about. So again, a misalignment. She loved the clinical skills that she was gaining in the ED, but she was not getting this fulfillment emotionally and was starting to question whether or not she should be in the profession at all. So again, it's a red flag, y'all, if you feel like emotionally like you're just not getting fulfilled. This is an emotional job at the end of the day. All right, y'all, I got 21 seconds. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Y'all didn't, nobody told me. Look at the clock. Oh my gosh, my circle's closing. Okay. If you feel like you're not learning anything on the flip side and you're just surviving, that's not okay. That's not a long-term strategy. for staying in a profession that is very difficult in the first place. And number 5, you fantasize about quitting. You got all kind of dreams about thinking about what you're going to tell that manager, what you're going to tell that supervisor. Ooh, I'm going to get her. It's probably time. You might still do that. I don't know. Don't burn any bridges, y'all. Do not burn bridges. Nursing is a very small community. Even though it's a big community, it's less than 6 degrees of separation. I'm telling you. All right. My time is up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just say this. When you are at that point where you're fantasizing about quitting, get a plan together so you can do this without having an emotional reaction, and you can go in strategically and get out of that job as you wait for another opportunity that is you already got lined up. So make a plan. Don't let it drag out for too long. I love you all. Stay tuned to this channel. I hope to continue to bring you more 5 on 5 in 5s. And next time it will be in 5 instead of 5.5. Love you. Bye.